Man, those nows. Sorry. That was funny. Those sounds were nice. Sorry, didn't smoke anything. Nothing. It was just funny. Hello, everyone. Those sounds were funny. This is what I wanted to say. It was fun, not funny. All right, how are you, everyone? Thank you so much for joining. Wow, that was funny. Hey, State Azul, Synthi Cat, Dieter, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, really, thank you. Tom, Bill, hey, Galibor, Steve, hi. Wow, that was a funny one. Sorry, I have tears in my eyes. I lost control there for a second. Yes, another Friday, another live stream. I need some water, I guess. Another live stream. Wow. All right, today. What is it? Okay. Not smoking, that's the problem, yeah. Yeah, maybe cookies. You know, there are brownies and cookies. No, I'm joking. All right. Today we have the orange line collection. What is with me? Collection. Already I'm having fun. You see, this is already important. We have the orange line collection. I have here Deja Vu open, but we will use a few of them. There are a few interesting modules. I just need a bit more volume. That's just water. That's not small water. That's just water. Yeah. So the orange line collection. I still have tears in my eyes. I'm sorry. I'm starting with Deja Vu, but we will have a look at a few of them. Right, there are a few interesting modules in this collection that we will have a look at, I hope. Space cookies, yeah. I wish. Anyway, yes, Deja Vu. Right, so basically a sequencer. And again, Dieter, thank you for joining us. I will need your help maybe. So stay with me. Yeah, so a sequencer all about, I guess, randomness, but also repetitive randomness and more repetition. Repetition justifies the notes, I guess, something like this. Right, so let's have a look and see what's going on. Again, thank you so much for joining, everyone. Hey, Boaz. Okay, so let's start with a clock. BPM, I need a BPM, everyone. I feel chill today. Mushroom schnapps. I feel chill today, but maybe not. Maybe like I don't know. Yeah, I said it before. Yeah, so let me know BPM. For now, I will use maybe a multiplied by 2 just for fun. Yeah, fence. Exactly. Yes. Another schluck. $77.7. This can work. But no, but last time we had 77, right? Or 70, something with 70, again 70? Last time we had 70 something, or 105 I like. We will see. 105 I like. All right, cool. Maybe the reset I will not connect because there is something interesting we can do with the reset as well. 96, 69, 63, 77. Lots of 70 here. Okay. So basically what we will do, let's start, you know what, let's go with bleak. I always go with the FM operator. Wow, what's with me now? Let's go with bleak, right? I will use bleak, and I will use maybe also a filter, maybe for now without gates or VCA and stuff like this. Hey, Jonathan. 70, 70, 70, 70 something. 47? I can do 47 and just multiply it by 4 or 8 or something. So that's the thing with clock multiplications. All right. Right now, this pitch, it will output pitch and gates, but it will not be quantized. So I'm going to use another module from the Orange Line collection, which is called Mother, which is a quantizer that has also some sort of probability in it, right? So we can use this also. Okay, so first of all, the pitch will come out of here, right? And let's select a scale, of course, because we're using Orange Line and because this is Dieter, and Dieter introduced us to the Miyako-Bushi scale. So we are going to use the Miyako-Bushi scale, right? We have to, out of respect. 420, less it was 77, 66, maybe 88. Why not 88? I don't know, 105, 95. You know what? 95, between 70 and 105 something. Let's go with 95. This can be fun, right? Maybe something like this. All right. 95. Maybe we can start with a sort of a baseline. I'm not so sure. Yeah, so anyway, Mother, it's a polyphonic quantizer. They look also really nicely together. Miyako-Bushi scale, right? And it has also some sort of probability. I'm not so sure how much we will use it now, because anyway we have some sort of randomness. But maybe we can use it. Maybe we can do all sorts of different things. Hey, deep ambient drone. What is with my language today? What is going on? Sorry. All right. So let's take down the scale. I will set it to about 5, right? And now the heat basically will set the probability of gates. I'm not using gates in this case, so I'm just going to take it all the way up. But maybe I will use gates in a later stage. Right, so this will go to the volt per octave. Let's use a low pass gate. Maybe a bit more range. Right, so for now we get I hope. So now basically we get a random sequence, right? Random. I'm just having fun, Galabo. Really, seriously, it's just me having fun. Cheers, Thomas. Right, so now basically we have randomness, as much as you can call it randomness. Right? But what we can do, right, we can set a repetition. So for example, if I activate the first row here, just by clicking this button, I hope you can see everything and hear everything, and everything is nice. Tiny robot, hey man. Right, and now I can set a duration in which the randomness will repeat itself, right? So let's say I want, let's say 32 steps. Opalach. 32 steps, right? And now I can select the length of sequence inside those 32 steps that will repeat themselves. So the length of the sequence that will repeat itself. So let's say I will have an 8-step sequence, right? And then it will change. Head melter, hi. Right, so basically whenever it finishes its cycle, when it reaches this upper point here, it will generate, or it will use a different seed. The seed is basically, think of it like a road map for the randomness, right? There is no real randomness in in the computer, in code and stuff like this. You have to tell the computer what to do. Basically, this is the seed, and every time it reaches this point here, it will generate a new seed, and the random sequence will come from this seed. In this case, again, it's a length of 8 steps inside a 32-step repetition, right? Cheers, Ryan. Right, so this is basically the thing here, but what we can do, of course, I don't have to use a sequence of 8, I can use a sequence of 5 steps. Right, and you can hear this repetition. Maybe I can make this even longer, so 64 steps, let's say. Or maybe not, you know what, maybe not. Let's see if it's 32, because I want to show you the other row. First of all, I will add a nice reverb, of course. So you can see already from this just short sequence already, you can see that deja vu is basically repetitive randomness, controlled randomness powerhouse. Is this something? Let's do this. Okay, now I will add the VCA. Yeah, let's add the VCA and envelope. Right, and let's see what will happen there. And now I will use the gates from deja vu, which will be also, right, with probability. If I take this down, let's take it to about 70, let's say 75, 75, yeah. Right? And now I can change this from triggers to gates just with this button here. And I can activate also an internal sample and hold, which means that there will be a change in pitch only with a respective gate, right? So there will be no note tails. Cheers, tiny robot. Emma, when I make videos, yes, I use always the same settings. I have it as a template. I usually don't use sound effects in my music. So I don't, this is not a template for my, when I make music, but when I make videos or live streams, so it's just the same, yeah. I'm not a fan of sound effects. 74, again, it was last week. I really have a deja vu now. Okay, already sample and hold here for the decay, right? And we have sample and hold also with, and let's take the same gates from deja vu. I can also use gates for mother, which means that we will get a gate only with a change in pitch, but I want to keep deja vu as the main module here. Right, so probability down, let's take the level down, and this will go to the decay. some movement. Man, I like this already. Why I'm not a fan of send effects? Because I look at effects, it sounds a bit weird, but I look at effects more as instruments, especially in the modular environment. If you have delay, if you have reverb, I want to have a special delay and reverb as a part of the chain for each voice separately. What we are doing here is not traditional music. I hate to say this, but traditional music where you have drums and guitar and they should sound like they are in one room, right? We have different. I like to look at this more as a sound design tool, right? And if you have a send effect, I mean, send effects are good for other things also. But I like building sound effects inside a modular environment. For example, sending a copy of the voice using only the wet output. This is basically like a send effect, but this is specifically for this voice, right? Jeffrey, yeah, I guess so, yeah. I guess so, yeah. When you click on the gate button again, it turns red and will not re-trigger gates directly following each other. So it will leave the gate open. All right, yeah, cool. But in this case, yeah. Let's use another envelope for the filter. But shorter. And maybe we can take all of this an octave down. Oh yeah. Right, now what I can do, I can add another layer of complexity, right? I can add another repetition layer, which will look here like a clock that moves backwards. And now everything I enter in the duration and length will be basically will lean upon the duration and length of the first row, right? Or the row before it. So if I enter here 2, we will have 64 steps, right? In hardware, sound effects are a godsend. You can use a single reverb on every track in a mixer, but in software you can have... Also in hardware, also in my modular setup, I don't have any sound effects. Also when I send them into the computer, I don't have sound... I don't like this. For me, specifically for me, I'm not saying it's not good, right? But for me specifically, I don't like the idea of having one sound for multiple voices. I just don't like it. Right, I look at it as a part of the sound, as a part of the chain. When I add a reverb, it's a part of this specific sound. And also I can modulate things, which I cannot do with sound effects, because then it will modulate stuff for everything. I just have to look, I got something here. This is going to be a funny stream, I see this already. Alright. Yes. Okay, so now we get something a bit more repetitive, right? It's still random, but there is some sort of repetition in it. Okay, of course, now we will send the high frequencies into a delay, because I really like this trick, right? So I'm going to use after the this trick, it's not a trick anymore, but after the low pass filter, this is going to a high pass filter and a delay, and the delay will be fully wet and also synced with the clock. The new delay, the new delay, I have to look again at my phone, the new delay from VCV is now syncable with the clock, which is quite cool. Right, so now when I do this, maybe a bit more feedback and more reverb on this. I had it earlier. What's with me today? Right, so now only the high frequencies will go to this delay. Oh man, I'm missing the chat. Yes, I can make it turn clockwise in there. Let's make this, then it's really like a clock. Then we will feel like time runs away from us. Yes, exactly, Emma. A sound effect, usually when you use, for example, a reverb as a sound effect, you want to have like a feel for the room, I guess. So you have multiple instruments, multiple voices in the same space, right? Again, it's a personal preference, but I don't like it. I cannot get this idea of using the same sound for multiple voices. Hey, pseudonym, I guess, 1904. The Visions, you mean the album? Wow, thanks, man. It's probably the one I'm most proud of. Right, so again, I think this sequence we will leave as it is, right? Because it sounds really nice, and we will look at more features, of course. But basically, this is the main idea, I guess. Dieter, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's having some sort of randomness, but that it's still repeatable, right? You still have a feeling of home, I guess. A feeling of some sort of something you can grab on, but it's still moving, it's still evolving. Okay, already I'm going to map this. I'm going to map this controller, MIDI-LAR, this one here. Let's do this here. Here. Yeah, in VCV, f-stop, in VCV, if you want to multi-track record things and then export them to DAW, if you're using send effects, you will get, and this is how it works. It's not just in VCV, it's just how it works with send effects. You have one channel which has all of the sounds in it that are going, for example, to the reverb. Also in the DAW, it's exactly the same. When you think about it, you have one channel with reverb on it, and you send all of your instruments into it. To me, I don't know, for me it sounds a bit weird because you have different instruments. They should sound different from one another. So why having one sound, one reverb on them if it's not like, again, I'm saying traditional music, I guess, like having guitar and drums and everything, that everything has to sound a bit coherent, I guess. Cheers, man. I'm happy you like this album. Yeah, never mind. I mean, this is just my preference. And I'm going to add a kick now. I don't know why, but maybe we'll remove it later. I'm not so sure. It feels like one of those patches. Maybe something, a dark kick. Maybe reset everything, indeed. Maybe this we can reset. I don't like this kick actually. No, no kick for now. All right. Backward. Okay. Indeed, yes. All right. Yeah. Okay, so let's have another sequence before we start adding all sorts of different rhythms. It's the same reason you compress multiple things. Maybe I missed something. Well, yeah, a mixer is an instrument. Okay, so let's have another deja vu. Right, and I will use again a clock. I will use the same clock, maybe not, we will see. I will do this. Maybe we'll take the scale a bit down just so we have something a bit more bass. All right. So now what we will do, let's add another voice. I will use energy maybe. I don't know, we will see. Right, and another mother. I mean, I can use mother as a polyphonic quantizer. I will not do this now, it will just confuse, I guess. But mother is also polyphonic, so you can also send multiple sequences into mother and then split them into multiple voices, so you don't have to use multiple instances of it. Right. Okay, so now another sequence. Right, let's take again the scale a bit down. I don't want it to go everywhere. I want to use it for pitch. In this case, I will use the AD envelope from Nischi, just because everything with energy, they sound really nicely together, like a low-pass gate something. Right, and I will use again the gates. In this case, it's triggers, it doesn't matter. Right, and let's have a listen to this. It will be totally random. But what we can do, we can sequence, this is really cool, we can sequence different seeds, right? And then get this repetition. So if I have something like the ADDR, and thank you again, Dieter, for helping me with this today. Orange line modules are polyphonic. Yes, deja vu is also polyphonic. Maybe we'll use it also polyphonically in another voice. Right, so let's say divided by 16 clock, I want to move the ADDR one step forward. Maybe before we connect the clock, we can select a few interesting sequences, right? So let's say that we have here, let's say 16 steps all in all, but a sequence will have, let's say 7 steps. Right, and now I can sequence the seeds. So for example, if I take the deja vu, if I right-click deja vu and I select loop, it will always loop. Right? It will continue looping this seed. And now, if I go back to step 1, I can select a seed. Let's say I like this sequence, right? And then go to step 2 and say I want a different seed. Right? And then step 3, a different one. And then step 4, another different one. Right, and then let's say I have 4 steps, and they will run with the divided by 16 clock. Right? and we have a progression that will repeat itself. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. Right? So now we have a progression of 4 random sequences, which is also quite interesting. Let's do this, change the sound here a bit. Oh, I have the pitch not connected. Another delay. Right? So now it's possible also to sequence seeds. Right, and now what I can do with Mother is actually add some randomness, some probability to this, right? So with the span and the rise, I can change the probability. So span is the probability range and rise is the amount, more or less. And I can change probability, or I can add probability to each one of the notes. So for example, if I want more of the root notes, I just increase its weight. Right, and then like this, I can change, right, the probability of the different notes to be actually chosen. And then with the span, I can add the amount, or the range actually. Oh man. And this, we should pan this voice. Hey, Paul. Fixed pitch at CV of Mother, like C4, and connect deja vu CV to random, yeah. It's bass, delay, energy, just for later. Right? Also here I want some modulation on the decay, so I'm going to use the inverted output, but I will need a VCA first, just so it's not a VCA or some sort of attenuation, just so it's not going everywhere. And let's add another thing to this energy sequence. We can add some micro timing. Right, so there is the module swing, also orange line, of course. With it, we can add micro timing for the different steps. Right, so what we have to do, we have to connect. I will disconnect the clock here for a second. Right, we need the reset, we need the BPM, and we need the clock, which will be the original clock. Here we have a built-in multiplier. Right, and then this will work with a phase clock. A phase clock is basically a saw wave, and you get a really deep clock resolution. I can show you this also on the scope. So you get everything in between. The clock can be anything in between, and it's really helpful for micro timing, right? This is basically the clock. It's called the phase clock. Right. So now what I will do is I will use the T clock, right, to clock deja vu. And now with this I can add micro timing, a sort of shuffle, right? You heard it? Right, and I can lower the amount a bit, the overall amount, just to make this a bit less weird, but still it will be a bit more humanized, I guess. Hey, Willem! Oranje. Oranje. All right. Right, so you get really interesting, more humanized feel, I guess. This we can also do, you know, we can open the cutoff. Maybe not, maybe I can control this. Hey, size up, I guess. Okay, now let's try and use deja vu polyphonically. Right, so I'm going to, let's initialize this. For now I will use the same clock, but maybe I will use the slower clock later. Right, so polyphonically, and for polyphony let's use maybe I don't know, maybe this is the hardest part, choosing modules. Is Vesek polyphonic? Yeah, let's use Vesek, alright? Nice, new knobs, new design. CV channel of deja vu to modulate the cutoff, but I took the range down. The scale. I can use the power output for mother, but let's continue here, for example. I will use another mother. All right. Okay, so now let's do this. I want to use it polyphonically, right? So in the right-click menu, we can choose the number. I will set it to loop first of all. The number of channels, right? So let's go, let's say with 5 channels of polyphony. Again, I will take the scale down a bit. And this will be the pitch information. And since it's polyphonic, I like lowering the volume and spreading the voices in the stereo field, right? So now we'll just get basically random chords, I guess. Right, but what I would like to do is I would like to spread the notes a bit, and for this we can use another module from Orange Line. So 2 modules actually. We need another swing maybe, but gator. We can use gator, which will basically, we can use it for ratcheting, or we can also using for strumming a polyphonic signal, right? Strumming notes. Can also be quite interesting. Soon I will change the sound also. You know what, let's even solo this for a second. I just want to concentrate on this. And I want to take a different clock already. Let's take a divided by 16 clock, alright? Okay, so the pitch will stay the same pitch. I will just need a VCA and an envelope, a polyphonic VCA and envelope. Right, so I can strum those voices, maybe a longer attack. Actually, if we have a gate, then this will be decay. Let's have gates here. Alright. Actually, this doesn't matter. I need it from here. Alright. Alright. So now what will we do? Yes, indeed. All right, so now I'm going to use, can I use this, for example? No, this will be a too quick overclock. So I need another swing, because here we do need a phase clock, right? So again, we need a reset. We need the BPM, and we need the clock, and the clock in this case will be a divided by 16 clock. I'm just going to use it for the phase, right? Very cool. And now I'm going to use the gates here, the polyphonic gates. Or this will just be, will it be polyphonic? No, I will need to use the gates from Deja Vu, right? And now I will be able, basically, I should be able to strum these notes. Okay, but I need more voices, so let's have here, let's say 32, and let's say here 12. Let's wait for it a bit. Silence. Right? It's a bit too long here. the gates all the way up here, the probability. And I can add also jitter to this, so it will not be, the clock will be a bit more weird. Whip up, 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 up. Connect the CV out of the base to the CV in of Polymother. Why? Silence. This is interesting. I wonder why I get just jitter. Why am I getting just 2 notes? Oh, two notes? Yeah, 2 notes or 3 notes instead of 5. I have it set to 5 channels. And another sample and hold. I will need a Polylogic. Okay, so what I will do, I will take the gates basically, and I will combine them with an OR logic, right? Combine them. All the gates from the... I see, I have just 2 notes here. Maybe Dieter, maybe you can help me. Let's see if you are still here. Right, and this will modulate the panning of this voice. But the clock is very slow, and also the strum time is very long, and you use polyphonic gates, which makes it a bit weird to predict. But why am I getting... I want it to be difficult to predict, but why am I getting just 2 notes? I'm getting channel 1 and 2 basically, instead of 1 to 5. Okay, now let's change here a bit. Maybe we can add some modulation soon. Let's have here a triangle wave. Maybe detune them a bit from one another. Right, I'm getting just 2 notes. I wonder what I'm doing wrong. LFOs. Let's have the 4FO. I can just look for it. From Bog Audio, I just want to add some. Try to redo. I'm thinking about it. Alright. Maybe the gates are too long. I'm not so sure. Here it says 5. But it's just 1 and 2 are going. I have here everything polyphonic, right? I'm not so sure. There are maybe because of the weights here. Try to set 5 polyphony channels with 10 volt to the gate input of what? Now it's just 1 channel. 10 volts for which... Right, here it says to 5, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna set it to loop because I will want other things. All right. Oh, that sounds better. Oh yeah, all right, that was a strum value. All right. Yes, this was a strum value. All right. All right, so I want some modulation here. Let's take 1, 2, 3, and 4. I want this to be slow. Right, a bit something like this. Okay, and let's see. Pulse width modulation. Both channels, and maybe the shaper also. And maybe the offset as well. Oh yes. Okay, I think I would like, I will just do this way. I would like to have here a VCA before the clock and have my MIDI controller, MIDI to, yes, this one. Right, so I can basically with a button, I can decide if this will happen, right? And then have it with a long, lots and lots of reverb. This will be sort of an effect, I guess, right? So if I hold it, something like this. What I can do instead of a VCA, I can use a trigger buffer actually, the one from ML, right? And send the clock to the input. And I can trigger the arm, and then I don't have to hold this button. And more, what did you say, release? Right, so now I click it, and next time it happens, hopefully, why didn't it work? Oh yeah. Right, and then I don't have to hold this all the time. All right. Right, so it's just a sort of an effect. I can also maybe make this a more of a performative voice with with Chronoblob. Right, because then I can basically, if I have more feedback, let's say, if I do this, let's wait for it. Oh, nice. Ah, this is the wet. Never mind. Also wet, also feedback. What I can do is, I want to make this a more of a performative tool, right? So maybe let's have it again. Maybe. I like this tail. Yeah, maybe the Briatus for even more crunchiness, and then a filter after the reverb for a more performative tool, I guess, right? Some saturation, some folding, and then have let's say Freak, right, which is the stereo filter from this is the new one, all right? Right, something like this, and then I can have here more feedback, right? And I can have here, for example, I will use a MIDI map. Sorry, it's a bit silent, but this, right? So now when I do something like this, still there because of the feedback. Okay, what happens now when I add a kick? Let's use Tremor 2. Someone said before Tremor 2, so let's use Tremor 2. Nah, I don't like it. It has to be a bit, I will have to change the sound a bit, but first of all, this is, let's call it Strum. Right, it's a bit too in your face, I don't need this. Okay. Something like this. Reverb is guacamole. Ask yourself this, is guacamole live? If guacamole is live, then reverb is guacamole. Okay, let's do this. Oppressor to the rescue. After the VCA. New Zealand, hi. Yeah, I'm also not so convinced about this bass drum. Let's try and create something a bit more. Maybe we can create with Deja Vu. We can create. We can use Deja Vu also for sequencing drums. Why not? Right. Do something like this, 32 and 10. Right, and then here maybe I can sequence with the CV. I can sequence the decay maybe. Reverb guacamole life. What is a fish taco? Taco with fish. I have a feeling that I have to tune the kick for a second. It's not really possible, right? Let's do this. I will take another tremor, manual, right? It will follow 1 volt per octave, so it is possible to tune it. Going down, I guess. Okay, this is close enough, and this is 0.00036. Okay. All right. Okay, the kick is even softer now, I like it. Oh wow. Yeah, I use manual get a lot just to manually trigger stuff that I want to check out. Okay, I feel, okay, maybe later we can add some saturation to the mix. Shall we try and add like weird ratcheting hi-hats with the swing and gator? I don't know, let's see. Cancel. What have I done? Right, so let's see this. Reset BPM, and I will use the gates as the clock. Let's see what will happen here. I'm not so sure it will work, but maybe. You can use there is also pulses, for example, from VCV, so right, you just have like 8 of them that you can manually trigger things or gate things. Alright, so here we can also ratchet things, right? So I'm going to use just a kick from here, and then I can use the this from here, right? The hi-hat, basically. Sorry, this and that doesn't help anyone. The hi-hat. Here we'll have a kick. Oh, what was this? What's going on? Kick, and here we have hats. Today is a funny day. Fix on here. What does the mother module do? It's a quantizer. Basically, it will quantize voltage into a scale. musical scale. Okay, and now we can add ratcheting, I hope. Right? It's weird ratcheting, but it's ratcheting, and I'm going to use the same trigger to run a sample and hold that will modulate the ratcheting, and will also modulate the panning. Oh man. Just a bit of glitchiness, I guess, right? Okay, let's see. Oh, where it is? Here. Let's try and change the sound of his head a bit. Maybe a high pass filter? Maybe a bit of decay modulation, maybe with another sample and hold. I love this sample and hold from Count Modular. I don't know, I mean, yeah, it's not so, I mean, it's not like it's, never mind, I just love it. This one? A bit too much decay. Yes, so what I'm thinking about is, again, as a sort of a performative tool, is to have, let's see how it is just with reverb. So I'm thinking about MIDI mapping the decay with the same control for the reverb, which means, again, as a performative tool, it's a bit exaggerated, but we can fix it. Oh, I know what we can do. Hey, Ben. Hi. Okay, so I'm not going to do this with the... I mean, I'm going to leave maybe the decay mapped, right? But I'm going to get rid of the reverb mapping. And what I will do is I'm going to add here plateau and send the reverb first through plateau with the wet all the way down, right? No, I will do it differently. Haha. I'm going to use, this is exactly what I wanted to tell you before. I'm going to create a send effect now with plateau, right? Just like we spoke before about send effects. Hey Wim! Right, so I'm going to create a send effect. So I'm going to send this hi-hat first through a VCA, a copy of the hi-hat first through a VCA, close the VCA and send it to a reverb. And now this reverb will go to another channel, right? Just like a send effect, to another channel on the mixer. What's going on here with the cable? It's not showing. I hope nothing will crash. Right, and I don't need a dry signal, just like a send effect, where you don't need a dry. I don't need a dry signal, I need just the wet. Right, we have to be careful with this plateau. Right, and now when I open the VCA, I'm sending the hi-hat also to the reverb, right? Send effect. Right, so what we will do is basically I will use the sample and hold to open the VCA. Right, alternatively what I can do is I can also just modulate the wet, but I think we will get clicks this way. Let's have a listen to this. Right, the problem with the wet is that the sound will totally close. This is not what I want. I want the reverb to continue and decay, right? Can also do this way. Which can be also fun with an LFO to modulate the size of the reverb, right? And now, and this is exactly the thing what I told you about send reverbs. You cannot do this with a send reverb because it will affect everything you send to it, right? I want to affect just the hi-hat, so you have to sometimes. Oh, this is a nice sound. I like it. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, the kick is really nice now. The 4 on the floor was not working so well. Man, what is this? This is all? Ah, no, this is here. I thought this is all for one voice. Wow, this is a long chain. All right. Ah, it's this one. Okay, what else shall we add? I like this bass. Couple strong fish. Wow, you know, maybe we can do something like this. Let's see. Like strings. Like strings. Cheers, Synthecat. Wind noises. Hey. Okay, let's try some chords, alright? Let's have here another polyphonic, let's say 5, another loop, just so we get something a bit more stable. Let's have 12, no, let's have 36 and 12, let's say. Okay. And now let's take an FM op, FM oplach. And another mother. Let's do this for a second, right? And now I'm going to gate the FM operator. And let's see what happens here with some code. I will want to. I don't need to, but I would like to split this. What was this? Hyatt? No, what was the het verb. Okay. Now we need a clock. I'm going to take down the gates. I just want to maybe a sort of a triplets. If you use fence instead of scale of deja vu, you can control chord inversions. can control chord inversions. Fence. How can I control chord inversions? Then with the scale. Probably before. I will use it before model just to make sure. I don't know. Does it matter, I guess. Actually, that's nice like this, huh? How can I control now chord inversions? With the scale, you mean? With the offset? Okay, what I will do, I will use a different sequencer, another sequencer to sequence mother, a sequencer sequencing a sequencer. And you know what? I will use the gate sequencer because it has also some sort of probability, right? So this will be basically my clock, right? Instead of using the clock, I will use a sequencer as my clock. Why not? Right, with 64 steps in this case. Just looking. Yeah, the chords, I will change the sound a bit. I just want to have the... Let's have the same here. Quinoa with mushrooms. Right, so I will change this from 36, let's have it like, let's have this 12, right? And this will be, let's say, 3. Hey, Asti. Another sample and hold for the changing the sound a bit now for the sustain. Yeah, so with the fence, sorry, I didn't even say anything about it. With the fence, we can set a range of basically of the control voltage that will go from one fence to another fence, right? From one limit to another limit. It's great for using for bass, for example, if you want a bass to sit in one octave, for example, or something like this. Hey, Heath! I have here a stereo signal, so I do need a blob. I have to experiment with the delay from Nischi because it's supposed to be a really interesting delay, but not today. What happened to the cable? LFO for the FM. Some reverb. Hey Nick! Trovarsi, hi! You know what, I'm going to use noise anyway. As Ben suggested, I never do noise sweeps. So I'm just going to use noise as a sort of an open hat, I guess. Because I feel like there needs to be a bit more rhythm when the kick comes back in. On the offbeat, like that was not a good offbeat sound, but just going to use the clock for this with the delayed clock. I think I have to reset everything just in case. Have reset for anything here. Aha. So I need to start and reset things here, I guess. Hopefully everything will still sound the same. Yeah. Okay. Dark elements, like what, for example? Spice up bass drum. I can add a comparator, which can make it a bit darker. Brighter, but darker. Comparator, right? Comparator mixing the drums. Flame it. Flame it. Okay, I'm going to use this, for example, and I'm going, maybe not this one, but the kick and the other hat. We have something else? No. Let's try this first. Don't try this at home, or if you do, have a grown-up next to you. Looking in the chat, sorry. Okay. Feroxit. Feroxit. Okay, I know what we can do a bit to add a bit spice. We can mid-side process this, right? Like I do a lot. And I need also the mix 2, it's called, right? Yeah, okay. So what I will do is there will be silence for a second, right? The main will go to left and right. Left and right will go to the mixer, just so I have some... level control, right? The mid I will send to a compressor and maybe also another debriatus. Maybe the highs I will send. I'm not so sure. Let's send the highs. Hopalach. Just back to themselves. So now it's breathing a bit. Comfort food. Some sidetrans sounds. I can try, but I guess for now it will not be so cool. But what I can add, if you want sidetrans, by the way, with VCV, I will go into this a bit maybe in the future. But check out Dash Glitch. He works also with VCV, not always, but he has amazing sound design and videos about stuff for sidetrans. He's a really good sound designer. I want a noise sweep. This is why we are here, right? No, this is not what I wanted. Okay, so filter and the delay and some panning, of course. And some panning, of course. Right, so basically when I do this, I like this, the rhythm, it's more alive, right? It's a bit... It's a big patch. We have this also. Nice. Yeah, knock is amazing, yeah. Knock is the kick to rule them all, I guess. I feel like I want something a bit granular here, like a voice that I can then play and add texture. Right? Can you give me like a line or something that I can record and then load it in some sort of a granular module? Yeah, knock is from the Volt Compacts collection, together with Incubus. Incubus, this one here, the synthesizer from Volt. Oh, the new noise from Befaco. Cool. That can be interesting for all sorts of different hi-hats and stuff like this, and also to ping it. This can also be cool. What happens if now I add dust, for example, which will output basically a sort of a dust-like sound? What is this? Ah, that's the noise. I don't know how we control everything with MIDI, right? And what happens when I ping a filter with it? Let's take this down. Nice. Just as a texture. I need a line, by the way, if someone... Right, just to be there, I don't know. Why not? Alright, River Guacamole Life. Ay. Fish tacos. No, but I need a whole line, you know, like... I like to use that instru or latch thing to swap in played CV for sequence CV on a voice. Radiation level is critical. I like the texture here. Okay, so I have to record myself saying something. Do I have it set up here? Add output here. Sorry, let's see here. All right. Okay. Floating in and out, no hits, but almost bass sounds. All right. I just have to record a sample, right, and then save it somewhere. So this will be, I think it's one. Yes, it's this one, right? Okay. Really heavy bass sound floating in and out, not hits, but almost bass sounds. Right, I'm just going to granularize it. It will not be this like this. Let's save it. Save wave file. Why is it always going to the right one? Okay, and now I think from Vox Glitch there is a modular something I can use, and I forgot which one it is. Is it the repeater? Opala. There was one where I can scan through the, maybe it was position. Let's use this one. Is it loading? Did it load it? I'm not so sure. I'm sorry, I want to solo this for a second. Really heavy bass sounds. Yes. Yes. Yes, this is what I wanted. Indeed. Indeed. Oh, there is panning here, which is great, right? So I'm going to trigger the panning already. Is it like... let's see. Wait a minute. I'm going to bring back the patch. Sorry. Trigger. Let's put this next to the clock. Man, this is a big patch all of a sudden. Okay, let's put this next to the clock. I will need this here for the pitch a bit. Okay, I want to control this with the MIDI map. This will be this one here, right? Oh, this I didn't want to do. And I want to have it a bit more crunchy. So maybe thorns, right? Maybe I will use an external clock for generating grains. And maybe add ratcheting to this also, but I will not use the ratchet from Orange Line in this case. I will use R gate, which is a clock multiplier in this case. Right, and I will use another sample and hold. Maybe I can use I will use the inverted maybe here. Okay, in his panning, I need stereo, of course. Is panning CV input or trigger input? I have here trim also. This is the level. More grains. Okay. I wonder how can I change the grain size? I mean, is it the window is the envelope, but maybe it's also the size. I guess the window is the size. synthesizer, if I record them, well, sometimes, I hope today this will also happen, I perform them live without the mic. And this stays in the video, so... But I don't record them as just audio. Maybe clock is re-triggering the grain size? No, I think the external clock is just when they will be generated. But usually you have like the number of grains, which is grains, the window, which is the envelope of each grain, and you also have the size of the grain, so you can... But I guess here window is doing both, or something like this. I think and the pitch also. This is what I wanted. The gate length. This is what I wanted, basically. So I can scan through this. Time stretch. Yeah, I like this grain engine. I just wish there was a grain size parameter, but nice, cool. Oh, Wim. Okay, cheers, man. I think I'm getting ready here also for maybe performing this. I don't know. I have to see. I have too many voices here, but I just want to add another voice, which is a sort of a lead sound. Adjust the decay. Decay of what? A sort of a lead sound. But I will not add to dispatch anymore. I think it's enough. Maybe want this. I will use my neutron. I have my neutron here. Don't see it, it's here. Cheers, Jan. Cheers. So I will add it as a sort of a lead just so I can play on top like every week that I do because I like it. Right, so I have to tune it, but first. So let's see if it's almost in tune. That's nice. One oscillator and the second one. One oscillator. Ha 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 ha. Two oscillator. Ha 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 ha. All right. Freeze your peanut butter and jellies. Man, you learn all sorts of things here. Right, so what I will do, I will just send it to some reverb here. That's it, nothing too special. Let's see. You think I remember which notes we have here? We don't have D? What do we have here? We have C and D. Oh, what is it? right? Oh man, oh man, oh man, this is fun. Is this patch going on Patreon? No, this patch will be just in the description, like every week with the live streams. Count coin. Going on Patreon. So no, there will be a link in the description after, probably tomorrow when I release the video. Not release it, but YouTube needs time to process the live streams. So probably just tomorrow I will be able to publish it. It will stay unlisted until then, so you can still watch it if you have the link. But then tomorrow I'll publish it, and hopefully I will put the link also in the description, right? Like every week, or almost every week. Okay, so now I have here a kick and open hat. I have here these things. Right, I need cheers, Lorraine. Right, I need the bass. I need to control the bass. The bass. Okay. So it will be this one. And the bass delay I will control with the VCA before the delay. Right, so I can bring it in and out again, using it as a sort of a send effect. Okay. Yes, really interesting patch. Yeah, I really like it also. Tiny robot. And again, it feels random, but it's not. So it feels more stable than just having everything random. Cheers, tiny robot. Everyone is going to sleep. Galabor, you are also going. Yeah, cheers, man. Okay, so we have the kick and we have also the delay. Now we have energy. I don't know where to map everything. This was the bass, so we have energy. Energy will be this one, I guess. Maybe I will also use here a VCA because there is a delay, right? So I can basically no, it's not this. Which one is it then? Huh? Ah, that's the chords. Okay, for energy I don't need this. Actually, also for the bass I don't really need it, but okay. It's the chords I have to control with VCA. Okay. And of course, it's stereo. So let me think. I have level here that I can use, but then the envelope will be lost. So I'm going to use punch and add even a bit more saturation to everything. To these chords. Okay, now I just have to take them. Right? Okay, now we will have texture. No, we have hi-hats first. Wow, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. Cool. Making lots of extra voices on Deja Vu and using VCV to split and pick those. Ah, nice. Nice. Okay. So we have hats, hi-hats. Right, it will be this one. And where are they? And maybe I will add with the open hat. We'll use the same with the comparator. Right, and now there is texture, and texture will be another fader, which will be this one probably, right? This I'm using already. Okay, so this one. So we have the, what do we have? We have, what is this? Ah, that's the dust, right? And we have the hats reverb. Nice, I think we have everything. But for the hats reverb, I think I'm going to use another VCA here. I'm sorry that I'm muting everything. I can add something, maybe this. So I'm going to use here another VCA. And I will mute through the VCA so the decay, so the reverb will continue decaying. Decaying, right? From here. So when I mute this, there is still a decay of the reverb. Okay. Fish tacos. Okay, so we have here the bass, which is this. So I have the kick, open hat. The chords are now, I will just use 2 VCAs. Oh wow, what is this? Crackling and pops and clicks and whatnot. Okay. And this? And cool. And we have this. Floating in and out. Ah, nice. CPU over 100%. Really? Oh man, what does this mean? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I hope everything will work. I'm not so sure. Okay, shall I try and perform this? I'm going to turn off the lights a bit. What do you think? Shall we give it a go? Shall we give it a go? You need one of those new M1. I don't know. I hope it will be okay. What was this? Maybe bog audio R gate. I missed a question there. Cool. Hoppalach. Just a second. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the mic, and I'm going to try and perform this because we will see how it goes. And I'm always talking there because there is the chat, but you are here, and I will see you on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Hopefully this will be nice. Don't go anywhere. I will see you soon. Yes, indeed. Nice. Nice. There were a few crackling and pops and stuff like this, but mostly it was from the patch itself, from the sounds from the patch. So it was okay. Cool. It was fun. It was really fun. Fun sounds, fun performance. I really like this one, but let's see. Which was also fun. Cool. Dieter, again, thank you so much. First of all, for the modules. Second of all, for the help. You helped me a lot with this. And for being here also with us. Yes, so basically it's 99% the VCV patch, and I have also the neutron just as a, not just, but as a lead sound, but everything else is VCV. I can bring back the patch. Let's see how big it is. Oh man, this is a this is not a small one. This is not a small patch. Yes, very cool. Yes, and I'm using a MIDI controller with knobs and faders and stuff to bring stuff in and out. Cool. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. This was really fun. We should do this again next week, I hope. Yes, and that's it. I hope it was fun for you as well. Yeah, cool. All right. Thank you for joining. Cheers, everyone. It's always hard to say goodbye. All right. Cheers, everyone. Ciao. Cheers. Ciao, ciao.